journey. Today we have Dr. Hector Garcia. This is his wonderful book, and I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hi there, girls.
Hi.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this.
Oh.
My name is Dr. Hector Garcia. I've been a chiropractor for 30 years, I think, since 1988. I got into chiropractic because of the natural holistic healing aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, I was able to incorporate what I came with. When I say what I came with, what we all come with. I was born in Arizona, Douglas, Arizona to be exact. And as I was growing up, I felt that I was different than a lot of other people. I noticed that I can feel and sense things a different way. And as I was growing up, my mom would kind of test me with that. She'd test me and ask me questions about, let's say, the future, things like that. And my classmates would ask me stuff like, as well, like, hey, what's going to happen to me next week, or what do you think is going to happen with the situation, politics, or anything? And answers would come to me. Information would just flow in.
They knew you had that ability. Your mom saw that in you already.
Yeah. My mom has it herself, but she's a little afraid of using it. Mm-hmm. My grandma had it a lot, and her and I would communicate a lot. We almost had the same birthday, but obviously she was older than mine. But I came with that ability, and I thought, what healthcare profession can I get into to enhance my ability of intuition and be normal, sort of saying. I got to be kind of normal in society. Mm-hmm. And chiropractic is the one that showed up. I did put together this book, but also a technique called Garcia Ennergetics. And it does help people build their guiding personal source. We all have one. That's our intuition, our intuitive self. Now, like I said, when I was growing up, I was able to utilize my potential, but I didn't want to scare people off. So I kind of used and I see a lot of people using this. They say, well, I had a dream. I dreamt this happened to me. I dreamt this happened to you. I dreamt this. So I would kind of say, hey, it's a dream that I had, as opposed to, hey, this is going to happen to you, don't go there,
Yeah.
And little by little, I said, forget about the dream. It's real. I just have to let it show up. But yeah, I've developed Garcia Ennergetics, and this is the introductory portion of it, you might say, because I like to help people bring out the most in their potential, their intuition. I want their intuition to be expanded. We all have it. We all came with it. Why don't we allow it to blossom? But not only be intuitive, but be able to fix what you see. Mm-hmm. That's the key. Yeah. You got to be able to harmonize. I say the word harmonize, shift, correct, change what you see. And that's what I teach in my course. So I've been thankful. I've been blessed at being able to be of service. And in this pandemic era, I thank God I'm one of the, essential workers.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can help people. Yeah, and I think it was fascinating in your book when you tell the story of you never really questioning your ability because you were told that you're Jesus's child, and so because he was a healer, then it meant that you could be too. I love that story because
you read that in the book.
Yeah, I did.
That's good. Okay.
Or maybe everyone can read something else.
Yeah, I think everybody gets something different.
Yeah, it's in two. It's the book is. I'm glad you brought that up. The book is experiential.
Yeah.
Meaning that I'm not going to just read it from the first page.
Understand something else, like you.
Exactly. You just open the page. That's one of the exercises, and then you pick up the information. And when I was a little kid, I said, hey, I don't have a real physical father that I know of, but I know I came from somewhere. So Jesus is my father. And when I got my first Holy Communion, when I made it, that really opened up. At first Holy Communion was like, oh my God, I can see things, I almost floated home.
So before that you had some abilities,
Mm-hmm.
but like that is really what
kind of allowed it to come forth more.
Yeah.
I was always able to sense things, track things.
And you were never afraid to share the things you sensed?
No, when I
really
was
safe to do.
It was safe because I don't.
Because your mom was understanding, your grandma had this.
They were okay with it, but they were more afraid than I was. They're more afraid of society, what people are going to say.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Wasn't your grandma curandera too?
Curandera, yeah.
Yeah.
Curandera.
Yeah.
She would fix people, when they would come in with broken bones or something. And my mom, she would always tell me stuff like, hey, my mom, meaning your grandma, would always have people come over. And then I would have people come over, and I thought, this is natural.
Yeah.
I always thought that it was natural, that we all have this potential, and that's why I wanted to share that with the world.
And I believe we all
Yeah,
do, like
we
you
do.
say, but some people completely have it.
They have it shut down, others shut it down for them. I've never really been the type that, to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Meaning if I'm in a class, I'm going to see things and I'm going to point them out, but in a way so that the person understands that, hey, there's a different point of view and you can fix that point of view. You can't just let it go. For example, last Thursday I had my relicensing seminar, and because of COVID and all, we have to do it by Zoom. And the doctor presenting the class, he was pretty distraught about something. I can sense it. I didn't think it was me on the Zoom thing for the first time with them or whatever, but there's other students there, other doctors. And I kept looking at him, and I kept wondering, what's going on with this guy? I know him in person, so why is it different on the monitor?
Yeah.
It should be the same. And he goes, all of you that know me can sense that I'm not all here. Okay. I didn't say anything. So he started to tell us that he had this dog with him. His dog. He was in his office Zooming, and he had his dog walking around. I couldn't see the dog. But he said the dog was on his last leg. Took it to the vet. The teeth were falling out. The dog couldn't eat, didn't drink water, nothing. But he didn't have the heart to put it down. So right away I'm tracking energy. And that's what I talk about. But track the energy when you feel it. Physically, you can feel like right here there's something, right here there's something, right here. There's something everywhere. We can just feel it. And I felt that the dog was just, he was homesick. There's other things going on with him. And he had a tumor, some kind of tissue issue blocking his digestive system. So I proceeded to reset that pattern. And I go over that in the book somewhat. And I reset it. And the instructor continues teaching the class, but I didn't tell him what I was doing.
Yeah,
I never tell him what I'm doing.
No.
I just did it. At lunchtime, we go to lunch, and he comes back all happy. And he goes, you guys are my lucky charm. My dog hasn't eaten in a week. I was getting ready to take him and put him down after the class. And now he's happy, eating salmon, eating everything. He's awesome. Thank you very much. And I stayed quiet. Because the year prior, in person, I did something special in a class like that too, the intuition. Because they'll ask us, what kind of technique do you do, Garcia? What kind of technique do you do, Dr. John, or whatever? And we all proceed to share our information. I said, I do energy work. Well, what energy work? The innate intelligence of the body. You wake up that intelligent and you can use it, track information, and harmonize. So I did that with the dog, and he should be fine. The dog was fine. He was all happy. So.
Wow.
So that he didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
How's your cat doing?
Good. I mean, he's old, but when I came last time, he was completely down, and after the session with you, he was walking around. So.
But see, that's just the energy.
Yeah.
See, I don't have to see it. We don't have to see things. It's like praying for somebody. I liken this to praying for someone. You don't ask permission for that. You just do it. If they don't want to receive it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I've had other professionals say, well, you got to ask permission in order to work on a person. If that's your belief system, please do it. But if it's not, go ahead and do your work. And if they come to you and ask you to do some work, then obviously it's a law of exchange.
Yeah.
You got to exchange something for that. Not barter, exchange.
Yeah.
If you barter, then somebody's going to feel left out.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that.
It's always,
And balance it.
I have a question,
Mhm.
and I think I know the answer, but so you have those abilities that you say we all have, but you had them like really strong. Did you, and I know you said that you had to like study to become a doctor, a chiropractor and all this, just to be in a, like live in a society and be accept like as a
make it official.
Make it official.
Make it official.
Yeah, that's the term. Did you study any other energy kind of modality, like work healing modalities, or is it your own? Or you always did you feel inclined to study anything else from
Good question. Yeah.
Else or
so when I was in chiropractic school, we go through our studies, and then after school, like after curricular activities, you can pick a club. You can pick a certain club to do the work in. And I studied with AK, applied kinesiology, that's really muscle test. It's on or off, and I kind of use that, but I advance it because nothing is on or off. It's what it is. Everybody talks about polarity. Let me check your polarity to see if it's. I don't care if you're turned on or not. I'm gonna still work on you. Fix it. So that's AK, sacral occipital techniques, modalities. I'm a real fan of martial arts. The energy. There's different energies, and I've tracked the way that I would see a master do the work. I would imagine it, and I would do imagination to reality. In other words, he spent 20 years practicing that. So if he can do it, I know his 20 years, I'll tap into it right away and absorb it, and then I can do what he does. And I don't have to work 20 years at doing it.
That's good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. It's kind of like
it's quantum. It's
osmosis of
osmosis.
like
the osmosis. Like
that's pretty amazing.
You can, like a student will come in and he'll want to play like an athlete, a certain athlete. And I said, well, choose what kind of athlete. If it's a baseball player, choose whatever baseball player. If golf, pick whatever golfer you want. Now I got to test energy and match it up. You match up to that field. It's called quantum entanglement.
Yeah.
So we just take it to a certain level, go deeper, and then it works really well. Really well.
One of the things
Shortcuts.
that, because I did a workshop with you, and
Yes.
one of the things that I really struggled with, and that's, it's a whole chapter in your book, is stop thinking and start feeling.
Okay.
And I think that must be what
start feeling, yes.
what people, what the most common problem, I imagine, because you're just overthinking what you're feeling. You're like, maybe I'm not feeling this. I should be saying this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the book, I talk about you have to get in touch with the energy of the field. Feel the energy. Not get in touch with your feelings. Oh, I'm happy. I'm sad. No. I want you to be neutral.
Yeah.
I have no issues with if I fix that guy's dog or your cat or my cat or whatever. I don't care. I'm just going to do it. And if it goes well, good. If it doesn't go well, that's fine too. So when I say stop thinking, it's not easy. I mean, you're right. I can't put my brain off. I can't turn it off. So think of whatever you want to work on and then get out of the way and then test the energy. If I want to work on the 6 basic, like money, finance, relationship, occupation, career, future, okay, which one do I need right now? Money, finance, relationship. Okay, I got an entry with relationship. So I'm not going to think, okay, what relationship? One of my sisters, my brother, my friends, who? Could be anybody. And then I allow the energy to take me there. So I can think and then get out of the way. I can say, family? No, friends. See, my body went like that. The friends. What friend? Not another friend. A friend I don't even know yet, perhaps, in the future. So I'm just correcting the energy before I get there. If I'm going to make a deal with someone, I'm going to be harmonized before I go there. I want to make sure it's a winning situation for everybody involved. I don't want to take advantage of the situation because that's not fair. You have to be equal on both sides. You have to work out.
But you,
So,
I mean, you have the ability to be so precise too, because.
Well, thanks for saying that, but it's because it's not me.
Yeah.
Energy goes both ways. So if let's do that dog example. How did I know what to work on the dog? Well, I just energetically tapped into the dog. The dog gave me the information. It wasn't me. I was like, oh, dog he's 8 years old. He said this in his history. He gave me this information, gave me that. I don't care about that. That's not relevant. So when I tell people in the book, think about something you want to work on. It's either an issue or it's an issue because you thought about it. And we're always thinking, so it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It's going to be a problem. Or it's an issue because it's not an issue. Got it?
Yeah,
So if it's going to be an issue because it's not an issue, therefore I want to have issues. People forget about that third one.
Yeah.
So I figured out, okay, the first one, it's an issue because consciously I'm not in control of my feelings or I'm not involved with a certain situation the way I want it to go. So it is a problem. That's how we think. There's always somebody else's fault or I'm not agreeing with them or whatever. The one where we're thinking about it, well, I hope they like me. I hope they like my treatment. I hope this. I hope I do the best for them. That's already a problem because you're hoping.
Yeah.
Don't hope. You have to have knowingness. That's the part of stop thinking, start feeling. Know the feeling that you do. And then the third one is deserving. Do I deserve to pray for them, help them, correct them, balance them out? They'll change. They'll change. It's up to them. It was up to the dog or my cat, your cat, to receive it and utilize it. And they know. They know what's going on. But yeah, it's not easy to stop thinking. But the more we think, the deeper we go. But I don't have all the answers. But I have all access to all the answers. The field gives us
And do
information.
you hold back sometimes when you see things? For example, you're treating somebody and you see something, but something tells you not to tell them, or do you hold back? Do you feel like, oh, if I tell them this all the way, they're gonna either think I'm crazy or not believe, or do you find always a way to introduce the idea, or you know, can be like
it has to be both. I have to find the fine line to introduce what is necessary for the improvement of that client.
Yeah.
I can't hold back.
No.
But I can't say, oh my God, I see death for you.
No.
You're gonna die. I'm not gonna tell you that. You're gonna die. No, I'm gonna harmonize the field.
Yeah, because that's
and
part
then
also
they're
of
fine.
the thing that we can always change.
You can change that awareness.
And then therefore change the future outcome.
Exactly. If you can think it, you can change it.
Yeah.
But you can't change it if you don't stop thinking.
Because that's a big thing too. I mean, more and more, I think people are aware of it, like a diagnosis that is like a death sentence for somebody, and all they're going to think about is like, oh, you know, the doctor. Because
exactly.
So it's all part of.
That's what
always movement.
Exactly. You see, words are power.
Yeah.
Everything's about communicating that power. That person, like when patients come in and they say, well, I went to see my doctor, and I'll ask them, what did you see in him or her? Does he have a nice car? Does he have a nice car? Does he have a nice dress? What? No, I went so that they can examine me. Oh, that's different. You went so that they can examine you and see, okay, say it right, because if you don't, you're messing up, lady.
Yeah.
And like last week, I had one lady that the doctor misdiagnosed her, and I told her she's doing well, everything's fine, unless they mess up on the diagnosis, unless they mess up on the treatment that they're going to give her, and they messed up.
And so it's up to the person.
And it's up to the person to decide what they want to do and believe.
And I've had like first-hand experience with you because I came in the day before my thyroid cancer surgery, and you told me that only the right side of my thyroid was with cancer on it, and that you know, they didn't need to remove the whole thing. But the day of my surgery, of course, the surgeon was like, no, we don't know where it is, we're removing everything. And then the results of the biopsy was that it was only on the right side. So I mean, I wish that there was more communication,
Yeah.
you know, that I would have been able to say to the surgeon, you know what, just remove.
It's also
right
hard,
Right.
like in this
Yeah, you
situation,
can,
because I feel that doctors are, I mean, I'm not, there's great doctors,
Yeah.
and I think it's a
course.
balance of everything,
Yes.
but it's so hard to come in, and I mean, I can imagine, like, she saying, like, no, I just want this, and the doctor is like, no, we can't.
Well, you gotta
you
find
know,
the right
like,
doctor on the right
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
You
But see, I think
Yeah.
because, of course, it's Marianne Mora who told me about you, and
Uh-huh.
you know, it was just a few days before, and then you had
That was
someone
real quick,
who
yeah.
canceled, so it was quick.
Quick, yeah.
Maybe, you know, it would have been different
Mm.
if I had come to see you, you know, a week before, but now it's done.
When
You know?
you're done.
Now
If
it's
I,
done.
I scan it and we go back, it wouldn't be different.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be, it is what it is, and it would not be
Yeah,
different.
and this is one thing that I
Mhm.
really appreciate about you and how you work, is
Mhm.
that you never put people in guilt.
There's
You're
no
always-
judgment.
There's
No
no
judgment.
judgment.
No judgment, no.
You know,
That's
you
the main
always-
thing that we have to compete against daily.
Yes.
Judgment. Oh, you're Hispanic, so you must feel this way about it. No, you don't know anything about me.
Yeah.
Or you're this. No, I read the energy. I read the energy of the individual, and then I can tell you that it's a good deal to work with that individual, not a good deal. Well, that person knows stuff, that person doesn't know stuff. Others in my family are able to sense the field of an individual, and they don't care. They'll trample over, and they'll take over. And I don't. I go, no, you gotta give them a break. You gotta, respect their field. Respect the field of the information. But yeah, if you can communicate, like take me for example, in my world, I treat a lot of clients, and I treat a lot of cancer patients. A lot of them, more than I would like, because cancer is life, not death, and it's out there because of, bad diets, chemicals in the field, all kinds of stuff in the field. And now with this corona vaccine thing that they're coming out, everybody that's receiving the corona vaccine is giving me a cancer reflex on their blood.
Wow.
So I have to reset them. I have to reset them so that they don't have a problem.
So then when you reset,
Mhm.
whether it's for that or anything,
Anything?
it's like,
Mhm.
so then it still depends on the person receiving that reset to decide, like,
Mhm.
or is it like
No, they'll
reset anyways?
They'll
and-
reset anyway. Like I had one gentleman. That's a perfect question. I had this professor come in, and he had to get it because of teaching. He comes in, I got the vaccine. I'm like, whoa. I go, well, you didn't tell me that. I need to find out how long ago. Oh, it's been a month. Okay, thank God. Because if you're within 2 weeks, you got to quarantine. Because your body's going through processing, regenerating your mRNA and all that DNA and all that. So you might be contagious. I don't know. I just don't want you around me when you're vaccinated initially. So he said, it's been a month ago. And I don't want to change anything because I feel good. But he knows me. I worked with him for years. He's a regular client. I said, look, your blood says it has what it shows up in cancer patients when they receive chemotherapy, it's an allergy on their blood. The blood says, I don't like this chemistry in my body, get rid of it. So I reset the energy field of the blood so that it's in harmony with the treatment. So we're not going to change the treatment, we're going to enhance the treatment to work better. That's in the book, CAR T cell for the cancers. So I did that on him. He goes, hey, I feel pretty good after you reset me. When I say reset, I'm resetting the meridian pathways, the dermatome, sclerotome, all the pathways on the physical form. Every body part has a receptor site, and you just know how to. It's like a map. You have a map. Where am I going to go here? Google Maps or whatever. You got to track it, and then you get there. And that's what I did. I reset it. So they do well, but yeah, nowadays with what's going on with the coronavirus, got to reset them. If the person had already had the virus and they're well, I'll usually find a receptor active for the immune deficiency. I got to reset that. So they're brand new. If a patient comes in and says, my thyroid is weak, okay, and I've been taking you supplements from this, naturopath, MD, whoever, and I find the reading on them, I'll go, well, we have to test and see if that product that you're taking is the appropriate product and if your body's going to accept it too. It has to be the right product for the right person, and they have to match up. And if it matches up, then I shouldn't get that reading I'm finding on you. Sometimes I'll get the reading, like yesterday, I worked on this one lady. You get the reading, And she asked me, well, how come the product is good? You're telling me the product's good. I'm good for the product, but I still give you a reading because we haven't formatted your hard drive to accept the new program.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're a computer, human bio computer, run by our emotions. So when we stick a new program in, you're running a whole different program. But you got to be neutral to the outcome. And that's the key. A lot of people aren't neutral.
I want to ask another question too,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean we've been both coming to see you, and so we know how you work sometimes with, different dimensions, parallel dimensions. You
Mm-hmm.
work. Sometimes I know I've had
Mm-hmm.
some sessions with you where you bring a figure from another, same thing as another
Okay.
dimension or something.
Got it? Mm-hmm.
So you see, and sometimes they're really accurate. Like I would
Mhm.
have had a dream the night before of
Mm-hmm.
somebody, even like a dead artist or something, and then
Mhm.
the next day I have a session with you and you bring it up, like his
Mhm.
energy is here and you should
Yeah.
tap into that and all this. And I always find, so this is another level. This is not just physical and, I mean, it's energy, I guess, too.
Yeah, it's
But
all energy.
how does it become so clear to you, or is there like a special, I don't even know how to formulate the
It's a
question.
little special TV I have here.
Yeah, because there's even like some things I remember, like
That are real accurate.
like there's
Mhm.
or it could be like even a god or a goddess,
Mhm.
like you
Yeah.
know, some figure that's
Mhm.
that's like whether I remember one time it was the Athors, and I was
Mhm.
just like, and all of a sudden after your session oh, there's this book on the other, like everything was
Yeah.
Athor, like it was
Yeah.
like showing up in my field more and more. Or I would do music and then
Mhm.
I would dream of this or this musician
Mhm.
somehow,
Yeah.
and then you pick it up.
Mhm.
So how is that, like, do you have to go into a certain, I don't know how to formulate the question.
I know your question.
Yeah.
It's both. Remember, energy goes both directions. You're with me. You're my
Yeah.
client, and I'm talking to you. And I scan your energy. Okay? So your energy gives me priorities. It'll tell me this, and that are active today. We got to reset those.
Mm-hmm.
And while it's giving you that information, other pictures start formulating in the field. Why did that show up? Oh, I'm tracking this person in your field. You need to contact that person or something similar.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you, had you thought of the Hathors before they showed up? Or did you go and all of a sudden everything started showing up because I said the Hathors?
Mm-hmm.
See, what came first,
Yeah.
the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
That's what I got. And you're one of the ones that, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's real accurate with you. With you, it's like, okay, like how you doing? Well, you tell me. And you always say that. Like, okay, well, let me tell you. Let me count the ways, yeah. So with you, it's, I don't know. Certain people, we just connect right away.
Yeah.
Like, bam, it's like seamless.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. But to answer your question, it's both energy patterns or multi-energy, but like the field in the book.
Yeah.
Like you see the color in the
Yeah.
book, it shows all the energy
Yeah.
there. That's what I'm sensing. I'm sensing the field, and then visions start coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Visions start coming in. Or an aroma will come in, or a feel, a touch. I'll
Mhm.
sense something, but I am not looking for it. I'm not out there going to look for something.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm looking for is, okay, she called, she says she has an issue, I'm going to track it and reset that. But then all this other stuff opens up.
Mm.
So you guys, as clients, dictate what's going to show up.
Yeah.
That's not me. Well, let me make sure, I know the list of people tomorrow, and I make sure I have a good story for them. No.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
No.
There's people out there that do that. I don't do that. You know? I work with so many clients, and I know that when I was working with clients that worked for what's it called, the Alexander Institute of Parapsychology.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's still here in San Diego, but it's big. I mean, it's big. They're psychics. They all give readings and stuff. And I would just walk around there, because my family would like to go, and I go, well, I can give you a reading. No, I want to see a real psychic or something. Okay, so we go there, and then the readers would want me to read them because they could sense. And
Yeah,
you're good. So yeah, listen, we talked and all. You know, you just get involved with the field. It's all about the field. So let's say that I'm working on one of your friends that I know nothing about, and something real specific shows up, and it has to do with the session, but it was too personal for that person.
Yeah.
And then they get back to you and say, hey, did you tell them about this and all that? What are you going to say? No?
Yeah.
Will it get you into trouble?
Yeah.
It can.
Yeah.
But it's not my fault that that person's soul opened up to give me the information.
Yeah.
Got it? So that's how I can say, hey, look, I'm only the receiver of information. I'm only the energy receiver, and then I can give information back by harmonizing the field. And that's
So how does that work for you when you're, like, for instance, if you're working on one of our friends that you don't know, I mean, do you need to know a name or anything, or you can just sense?
No, I just sense
who it
energy.
is?
Before, people would say, you need a picture and all that. And I thought, okay, well, I just took it for granted that I had this ability of reading people. And then as I started developing the techniques more with the energy that I've studied, it's everything exists out there. But I've learned to compile it and be able to harmonize it, shift it, change it, correct it. But when I'm working on someone and that someone starts opening up their field of information so wide, I mean, it's like an open book. Okay, I'm going to harmonize them so they're so pure and you know, just awesome. They just melt. They're just like, oh my God, it was the best reading I ever had. What reading? I was correcting, I was harmonizing your field. Well, if you wanted to read, it's reading is okay for you. But they get treated, they get healed, and for lack of better words, it's healed. They get transformed. It's a transformation, because I'm able to tap into that field and help them transform into what their true God self, source, the source. This is literally God right here. So when I say God in their field, they themselves like, oh my God, but I'm an atheist. Yeah, they're brand new. Reborn again atheist. He's like, hey, you're brand new. So what happens in their field is they get brand new in that field to have no issue to worry about other issues until they start thinking again. But if I pick up something real personal, like I just did before you girls came in, the one client, did you talk to my family? Did this? No, there's nothing. Another friend? Well, I worked on a friend, but nothing about you, nothing. And that friend contacts them, and then they start, you know, well, how does this guy know so much? Sometimes it's too personal that they don't like it, and then they, no, I can't go back. They get too personal, too afraid, and all that. So that's why when I was growing up, I would get real accurate readings, but I just thought it was normal. I didn't look at readings. I just, hey, let's go to the store, let's do this, let's go play basketball or something, and take it easy. But I would see things. I would sit there and see things. Then I would explain it to my friends what I saw, and oh, that was important. That helped me out. You were right yesterday, Hector. You were this. Oh, okay. Well, how did you know? Then they want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Well, I dreamt about it. And I'm wondering, did I really dream about it? Or was I awake when I saw this and it came to me? The more I said it as a dream state, the more I was able to get away with, you know, well, it was a dream. You were part of the dream. I'm not a freak, and you're not like me. I can't live in your world. I can't be your friend anymore. So the parents, some of the parents,
it
like,
could be
scary for some of the parents when I would tell them, hey, I would go, hey, I would say, Victor, a friend of mine, you know your mom has cancer. What do you mean? Yeah, I see this big tumor here in her body. I'll pray for her. I want her to get better. But I didn't know at that time, other than just praying. Now I know that I'm trying. And she'd get better. She'd get better than the doctor. Yeah, she was having stomach ache the last day, and then she went in and they took out a mass or something. So thank you for telling me to tell her to go get checked. So I would do that all along as I was growing up.
Are you able to shut it off sometimes? Like if you go and eat at a restaurant, or are you always like receiving
That's a
things?
very good question.
Yeah.
I don't turn it off. You can't turn it off.
Yeah.
And it's not for me to turn it on.
Okay.
Somebody will be behind me, and I tell my wife, hey, Yolanda, that person has this, I have to correct them. I'm going to send them the bill. No. That's a lot of exchange.
She's a good business.
She's a good business, yeah. If I go talk to them, excuse me, sir, I'm a super psychic healer, that I can help you. I see you got this problem. Well, who told you? They might get upset because it's too personal. Well, you're looking at me, you can see the band on my hand, you can see this, you're deducing that I'm a patient.
People are quick
no, they're starting to, but now they're more open.
Yeah.
So now I just harmonize and correct them. I could be in the mall waiting for, my wife shopping somewhere, and then I'm looking at somebody in a walker, and I just, I feel sorry for them, man. They got that pain, they got that. Then they get up and they walk away with the walker.
Wow.
They get better. I do that all the time. That's my pro bono work.
So
we need someone like you in every mall.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Help people to do the work, connect it, and be there and just let it go.
Yeah.
It's like being in the zone. You're in the zone all the time, and you're okay with the field.
Is it also you find it efficient for yourself? Like you say, okay, for example, you have a decision to make whether you do this or that, and then so are you able to stay objective and for yourself, like looking from the outside or
it helps. It helps, but it has to help.
It's
because
kind of like
not,
thinking
like,
or feeling.
Yeah.
It's like what we talked about.
Yeah.
Like you try not to think. It's
should I sign that contract? Should I do that deal with that
Yeah.
person? Should I talk to them? And I'm testing. No. I'll get an answer, and then I correct the field. And if I get the same answer again, okay, then it's a no. Or if I got no before I corrected it, then after I corrected it, if it changes to a yes, okay, now it's a 50-50. So it's up to me to decide. Am I neutral enough to go and talk to this person or do this deal or whatever? And no, so it won't happen. Okay. They'll have to come to me. Okay. It has energy, like I keep saying, energy goes both ways.
Yeah.
So I've harmonized my field. I'm okay with the situation. They have to come back with a better deal. They have to come back with the appropriate deal that's going to help the universe.
Yeah.
That's how I create everything. That's like the picture. It's all about the universe. Like people come in and they want to know, what's my future about? What's my path? And what do I... Okay, there's 4 life paths. Physical, your physical form. You've got to be alive physically. Mental, emotional, and spiritual. I believe we're all of them. But which one stands out more? My spiritual path. I want to find myself. And these people are lost. They're really lost. When they say, I want to find myself, I'm going to go to Tibet or India and find myself, and then come back and do something with my life. And I go, okay, once you've done that, make sure you're neutral to the end result.
Yeah.
Well, I should be neutral because I've spent all this time and money away from my business, my job, my family. I suffered enough in order to accept this. Yeah, but how do you know if that other side said you suffered enough or not? You think you suffered enough, but the other part of that equation, I don't think you suffered enough. So it has to have that balance.
Yeah.
To have that balance.
Yeah, pretty incredible. So for you, whether we do a consultation in person or on the phone, it's the same?
It's the same.
Yeah.
Now, there is, in quantum physics, that's usually what energy is, quantum physics, if there is no supposed time or space, so there is no space. I'm on the phone with them. People say, hey, can you do it on Zoom or Skype and all that? And I go, I could, but I don't like it because you get distracted by what I'm wearing or what I'm not wearing. They get distracted, and everything behind me kind of messes with them, and I don't like that. So I tell them, I don't need a picture. Don't send me no photos, because if you think I need a picture, then please send a picture from days, weeks, months, 2 months in the future. If you can do that, I'll receive it. If you can't, don't bother. And then they're already healed. Also, I give them a list of things. They can fill out a list so that I have a train of thought for what's going on with them. And on the phone, if I'm talking to them, they're more engaged when I'm talking with them on the phone. In person, they're engaged, like you and I are talking right here. I adjust them, I do stuff like that. Energetically, remotely, I can adjust them. I worked on this one chiropractor the other day remotely, and I told her this is a true non-force technique. There is a technique like that. And she goes, I know that. Well, you're where? You're in Long Beach, and I'm here in San Diego, so that's a true non-force. Oh. So I adjusted her, and she said, oh my God, this is amazing. So she started sending more clients. But you have to, when you sign up for the, to be a client, you can come in with whatever you want. I'm not gonna say I don't handle that. Everything is energy. I don't handle that. No, I never say that. I can pray for them so they can get better. But if they're not in person, I go pretty deep with them on the phone. If they're in person, I go deep with them based on what they're showing me, based on what they're giving me, based on what they want to do, because it'll change. They come in, they don't know what to, unless a friend tells them, hey, this is what he does. Okay, cool. So they have an idea, so we're in rapport there, we're in rapport on the phone. If I'm doing a remote, that's what I call one where there's no client present, nobody's present. I tend to allow the energy to take me deeper. So usually, like if I'm working on a client half an hour, if they're not on the phone, I go longer, and it's more stuff showing up, and then I email them back. This is what showed up. This is what came out, and I'm like, oh my God, you were right. And I didn't even tell you. They don't even know before I know. Sometimes they don't know before the energy gives me the information. So that's what's cool. I like it when the energy gives me information, answers and stuff before they know anything.
Yeah.
Do you yourself go and see someone, or you don't need to because you're able to?
If I need to see someone, like if I have a severe cold or something, and I'm not knocking it, nothing's going away, and I track that I need an antibiotic of some kind, I'll go.
Yeah.
I track certain doctors that I go. I have friends that have a lot of MD friends, and hey, write me a script for this or whatever. Yeah, I'm not like, oh no, you can't do that. I'm not airy fairy. I'm not, because I'm real in tune. I'm real balanced. I'm a Libra, so you have to have balance. As a Libra, you have to have balance. I don't know about Scorpios though.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have anything that you'd want to, like a message that you'd want to transmit to the people who are watching?
Oh, that's good. Let me see something. Let me track it. I only close my eyes because I don't want to be distracted by anything and see if there's something that I can pick up that with my spiritual eye as opposed to my physical eyes. I'm not like blowing two girls out, no. Our third eye is literally an eye. That's a pineal gland. It sees things. So I drop into it, like you cross your eyes, that's when you turn on the Amrit, and you get to see things. So I just turned it on. You can consider this a form of channeling. I do that. And you only channel masters if they allow you to. You ask permission. You don't just, hey, I'm going to channel Christ. So you ask permission of the field. Yeah. All this pandemic stuff is going to go over soon. If we can track logically, physically, let's see, days, weeks, months, year, when you're at the most. We can shorten that. I don't like a year myself personally because it affects business and people. So let's correct it, shorten it by 1, 5, 10, 10, 20, 30, there. That frequency, 30%, there. Let's see, days, weeks, months, 1, 2 months. Good, we dropped it down from 12 months to 2 months. I know it's not 30%, but the energy is not logical. Remember that. Energy is not logical, it's spiritual. And we are entering into a spiritual realm right now. We're entering the fifth dimension. We're entering the fifth dimension. So us to the field to us. Days we want to. In 2 months, pretty much this is done. Okay? Now also, energetically, everything that we do from this point on will be based on the fifth dimension and a spiritual shift, a spirituality that is very in tune with what we want, need, and deserve. If we've wanted to be a certain type of individual, certain type of work or job ahead of us, this is the right time to do it. Approach what you want with an open mind, an open-ended mind. We've already been through the precipice. We're done. We didn't have to jump. It just neutralized out. Everything is brand new. Everything is the way it's going to be. We will have a new financial system. So if anybody has concerns about their finances, please make sure you have real property. It's not ego, not materialistic, but it is a material thing. Please understand that. Everything has energy. Everything has a spirit in it. So material property like real estate, metals, cryptocurrencies, the fiat currency, the money that we see now that is being printed like crazy, is not going to exist that way. It may look the same, may have a different picture on it or whatever, but it's not going to function the same way. We're going back to a gold type of standard, which has a spiritual value to it. Gold, if people study it, has a resonance that's very spiritual, has a glow. That's why some of the auras that I see on people, yeah, yours is gold right here now. Yours is gold. I like yours. Yours is baby gray, so it's brand new. I like it. There. Nice. Baby gray is good. Whatever you've been up to, wow, girl, I love that.
Oh, good.
That's awesome. Yeah. Feel that in your feet. The feet, the bottom of the feet are very spiritual. That's where we stand and we move wherever we go. So know that the new couple of months, yeah, I feel it.
I feel it.
Yeah. If you had an aura camera, you see the aura blowing in you. Now, with the next couple of months, just take it easy, but go prepared to know that, hey, everything that we went through the last year is a preparation, let's call it that, for change. And the change that we want, need, and deserve, those three things, want, need, and deserve, conscious mind, subconscious mind, and your soul, are in the works already. So based on what the universe has told us, or told me when I channeled through that field, it's going to be better. Now, don't take it personal, please. It's not political, but it's all about the energy field. So when people come back and say, hey, I want a certain thing to come to fruition and it's not happening, why isn't it not happening? Perhaps it's not happening, and I'll test the energy. One of them is you don't think you deserve it, or the field doesn't feel that you deserve it. One of those two. Or the whole quantum collection of the people, places, and things that have energy that focus on what you want, say, I don't know if that person is worthy of it. So you have to be very neutral, very like, I'm okay, I'm in my field, you don't have to be a monk by no stretch of imagination, but you have to be deserving of what you were given. We're given a gift. We're giving our own personal guiding source. It's like our God within us. So when I finish our sessions, with the clients, I tell them, tap into your total perfected essence. When they do that, they know that, whoa, yeah, I feel comfortable. I was coming here all edgy and all that, now I feel comfortable when I tap into my total perfected essence. They can breathe better, everything's lighter, and they can see better. They get younger. Whoa, they get younger, I can feel that thing. So with what we did this evening, let's see, 1, 5, 10. At least 10 years younger. There you go.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all part of the whole package. There's nothing, separate. You can't separate things. It's all part of the package. That's why when I came up with the book, people kept asking me, you got to write a book, you got to put something down so people know that you're authentic and all that. And I go, well, I'm alive. I'm me. I'm authentic. Yeah. So the way that I approached putting the book together, I told them I want it to be experiential. I want them to pick it up.
What we talked about in the beginning, where you can discover something new.
Yeah, it's new based on what you have in your awareness.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I have a question about this deal I'm doing. Where's my answer? No harm, just harmony. Okay, so I know if I do that deal, I'm going to be in harmony with it. So I can go do what I need to do. That's how I do. And that gives me an answer, but it also corrected the field. It also corrected the situation. I know some clients that have taken it with them to some sessions with the other doctors and stuff, and they don't have the negative bad results that the other doctors have prepared to tell them. Yeah. So
that's amazing.
So it's a field. It's all about the field.
Get the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
And come see Dr. Garcia.
Yeah. You can get it on Amazon, the soft cover, or you can call my office or email me and we get the hardcover.
We'll put all your information underneath the video anyway, so people can get in touch with you.
I'll sign it to them.
Sign. And then if they want sessions, we learn that we don't need to be present, like if they're not in San Diego.
Not in San Diego.
I actually myself love the phone because it's the same thing for me. I'm less distracted and I'm more in tune with myself and then what you're saying. And so anyway,
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
I love this. This was good.
Yes.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Thank you.